There we go. Well, good morning, Resin Arts and Crafts. Yeah, I guess I had to reload in my microphone. Whoops. Uh, Thanks for joining. Thanks for letting me know. Nice hot coffee. So, I got some brass black the other day, and it turned out really well. For some reason, it didn't do the inside of the eye patch. But the outside, gorgeous. It brought all that detail up to life. Come on, focus. This is Ken. Oh, hey, Ken. Well, glad you could join. So yeah, I did that brass black, and from Birchwood Casey. It's for gunsmithing, but it did a real pretty job. Now you can see the detail, even from back here. You can see it. So really happy with how that turned out. I wanted to do that for the longest. Very happy. So yeah, I have a lot of stuff to clean up because this place is destroyed. But I'm thinking about also, how can I'm okay with my setup over here, the laser setup for now, but it works so well that I kind of want to see how much I can improve it and tweak it going forward. And I kind of think, instead of just having it as just a big black box, about giving some curves and some angles and stuff, which would probably increase the efficiency of the overall system to begin anyways. Because I love efficiency. But yeah, found my hacky sack the other day in the back of my car, and this thing is such a joy. I don't know why I ever stop doing things. I do. I get busy, I forget, I move on, and then 5 years later, when I finally decide to clean something, oh my god! But hey, that's how things go, right? That is not mine, so let's just get this off to the side. So what have you been working on? It's been a couple days. I haven't seen any posts from you. Now, I got this. I'm not sure what I'm going to use it for, but this is fantastic. This little box here. And it has all these divisions and stuff in it. Made a mold of the guns. Ooh, that's gotta be nice. So I got this guy here. I'm not sure what to use it for. It's a medium rack system. So the top opens up. Has a pretty big storage up in there. And then this guy here opens up. I have a small tray. I have two big trays. And I kind of want to take it to the shop to organize organize all of my jewelry stuff, just so I can have things separated and nice, and I can see where everything is and what everything is, and then I could fit all my tools up top and then bring that whole thing home, except for the things that I'm working, because I mostly do the jeweling here, I think. I'm not sure. Let's see, made the first set, but the color was wrong that I mixed. Well, I mean, what are you gonna do though? You just gotta keep on keeping on. What was wrong about it? Just anemic or it didn't show through. It was just completely wrong. Yeah, so I think this is going to go to the shop. I also need to fix the cello because little man decided to remove the bridge. And it's slightly warped. Yeah, it's slightly warped. Happens. So I don't know if I told you or not, but those engravings that I'm so proud of that, with the laser, they failed. They failed spectacularly, which is actually the original reason why I got this guy here. Went for a gray color, but came out more clear with speckled color. Interesting. Was it just not a thorough enough mixing, or weird? Weird. But yeah, so I got this. So the idea is to engrave through the paint into the copper, right? And then wipe away the paint, apply brass black so that the engraving turns black, and then sand off the top layer so only the blackened area underneath is visible. Unfortunately, that did not work at all. The first couple engravings I did, when I threw it in acetone to remove the paint, there was nothing left. So I need to figure out what I'm doing and what I'm doing wrong. Probably doing a lot of things wrong, but there's no easy how-to guide on a lot of these things. So a lot of it is me just shooting in the dark. And trust me, I've done hours and hours and hours of research. Let's see, Ken blended two colors, but I think they're both more sparkles than coloring. Where is it? I got this company that I like to use, and I got it for the gold. They make a bunch of other colors. MySpring, MEYSPRING. You can find them on Amazon. It's natural mica, titanium dioxide, iron. So they use like really good coloring in this super fine powder. Whereas when you're getting like sparkly, the flakes of mica and stuff are a little bit bigger, so they catch the light as single units a lot more. Whereas this stuff, since it's so fine, your eye can't distinguish between the individual pieces, so it looks like it's all one big color gradient. Very nice stuff. Just don't sneeze when you're taking it and putting it into your resin, because it's so fine, it just sits in the air for hours. You're gonna come in, you're gonna walk inside like gilded. So just be aware of that. Oh, I need to go on to Patreon to see if anyone has voted. Because I think today or tomorrow is the last day of voting. I also did a house clean out last week, and I got a really cool steamer trunk out of it. Let's go over to Patreon. I'm about to mix some Let's Resin Pearl Gray and try again. All right. Let's add one. PAT. Patreon. So we're in a dead heat between the Big Nasty, Dave and Mick Laserface. So tomorrow is the last day of voting. Mick Laserface, the Big Nasty, and Dave. Personally, Dave's my favorite, just because I like having things like... But, alright, so I like stationary objects generally to be named guys' names, and things with electronics to be women's names. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Because it was from Red vs. Blue, which is an old show that was centered around the original Halo that a couple guys modded and made the show from. And in that show, there was a tank, the Scorpion tank, but the tank had artificial intelligence in the show, and it was named Sheila. And Sheila goes around and starts blowing stuff up, and one guy forms an attachment with her, and it's ridiculous. But from then on, anything with electronics or that can move on its own is a girl's name. Everything stationary is a guy's name. That's just how I roll. So I do like Dave. I also really like Leona and Aurora. Aurora sounds really nice. It's also pretty, and it has light show, and that's a light show, so it makes sense there. Lazarus. Lazarus is a good one too. I know that was yours, but you have to get onto the Patreon, which is patreon.com/Knightsmith. Even $1 a month helps to go and actually cast your vote. But that is one of the options on there from your suggestion 3 weeks ago. All right, so the poll will close tomorrow night at midnight Eastern Standard Time. So, like I said, it's a 33% split between the Big Nasty Dave and Mick Laserface. So, I need someone in here. I need someone to cast a second vote for one of these three, so we can break the tie. Very anemic audience today. It's just you and me. That's all right, though. So, my old snow goggles. These things were awesome when I got them. This is something I need to work on. I messed it. I punched everything, and then when I went to sew it, it just a lot of the holes just didn't line up, and I was trying to force it through, and I'd end up extra holes over here, and just can't have that. I don't know what happened. Math is wrong, I guess. I don't know. I also really need to go through my sheet music and get these things all compiled. Let's see. As we're sitting here, because why not? I should probably turn on the laser and run another test just because we're sitting here anyways, right? I also need to take these hooks down and fix them. Pearl gray is looking much better. Nice. I expect to see pictures. So, alright, I got this test bed. And then let me do something else here. Do 0.5 by 0.5. We're going to rotate it 45 degrees. I need to start closing tabs on my screen here because I am starting to get laggy. We're just going to do some diamonds. What's the time on this? 2 hours. Too long. So let's cut some of these out. Time on this. 3 hours. Cut significantly more out of it, and that's still two hours. Better, but still not liking that. Oh, because I want to do a different type of test. Okay. So, all right. So the first one is to engrave all the way through. Clear the coloring, or clear the paint. Put brass black on it, then sand it flush. If that doesn't work, I have one more method I want to try. So let's just do a bunch of random shapes. that's good. And we're going to change this from fill to line. Okay. And let's take that. All right, so this is going to be 20 minutes. Just to really cut this. So here's the other possibility I have. Paint the copper, engrave through the paint, and then clean it off really good. Leave the paint on there. Then take that and put that in acid. So the acid actually does the etching, and the paint is just acting as a resist. And I think if I do it like that, I can guarantee it'll be faster. I was trying to cut steps here, but I think if I do it like that, it'll be a lot faster, and I'll get still get a rather decent result at the end of the day. I just need to remove all the paint down into the copper, and even if it engraves just a little bit, that's fine. It doesn't matter because the acid is going to do the actual work. So the first test piece has 4 different squares on it, all engraved with different powers and different, or they're all 100% power, but different speeds. Going all the way down to 3.9 inches per minute, which I think that's 100 millimeters a minute, I think. I don't know. I converted everything over to freedom units here just because it's more, that's what I've been taught, and that's how that's what my brain works in. And imperial is quantifiably better than metric, and you can prove that, because what is a finer level of delineation? Imperial gets more precise faster than metric does. So you take this section here, whatever it is, you can divide that into tenths, and that works. It's easy math. But what is a finer increment? Twelfths. And then you have instead of getting better, more precise by a tenth each time, you get more, you double your precision with every increment down you go. So you got, 1/12 of an inch. So if you have a 1/2 inch, you could also have that as 4/8 or 12ths, 16ths, 32nds, 64ths. It gets more precise faster than metric. So, oh, the math is so hard though. It's all fractions. Well, yeah, fractions really aren't that hard though. If you want to split half into 1/2 an inch into 2 equal halves, it's a quarter. You just double the backside. It's easy. People always make things out to be so hard and difficult. I don't understand why. It's not like everyone doesn't have calculators now anyways that can do, everyone has a calculator on their phone that can do fractions, that can do decimals, that can do conversions from metric to imperial back and forth. I don't know. I don't think it's all that hard. So that's running. Actually, let me get the droid cam set up so I can sketch something really quick with your eyes. Well, not with your eyes, but so you can see what I'm sketching and talking about. Get a sheet of paper. And I need to grab my phone. Now let's find app and go to Droid Cam. Oh, because I need to turn the app on my computer as well. Okay. Got it there, and is it working in OSB? Yes, it is. Look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay. So let's switch over to the other view, and I'll show you kind of what I'm figuring on here. So currently my setup is this here. No, that's not a straight line. Extends out a little bit. So currently this is my setup. You know, I have the fan over here, I have a little looking glass. It works. But it's just a square box and it doesn't really have great draw, and when you open things it works, but it's not fantastic. Made out of MDF. What I would like eventually have something like this here. something kind of like this setup, where this would be hinged piece right there. I would have a nice hardwood edge there. Just something a little bit more pleasing, and also less easy for people to come in here and set things on the top for me to then rearrange. You know, have the fan mounted up here. With its own, you know, hose system coming off to its respected filter. And I think I would want this whole section here to be able to open. And I'm even kind of thinking to improve airflow, like I would still have it so that this is, you know, raised up just a little bit on feet, and then have a soft membrane down here so I could have, you know, pass through and stuff. But on the top of that guy, got the front view of it rather, I'd like a nice large viewport on the front of it. And inside I would like to have LEDs. You know, that I could turn on with a little switch. Just so that if I really want to look at something, I can turn it on. It'll be easier to look in. I'll be able to get a larger view of what I'm looking at, as opposed to trying to have to look down and in this way or that in. You know, just these are small improvements, and my brain is always going through how can I make things better? How can I improve things? Yada yada yada. Anyways, that's my little rambling design for the day. Don't you think that would look a lot better? Anyways, let's get back to this and get this out of my view. I also need to start doing more. Oh, we're almost done with the engraving too. So this one that I'm going to be running is going to be the one that I'm going to throw into the acid. And I always love that I have just a stack of brass laying around. It's kind of fun. It's gonna be done in 6 minutes. I can wait. Good morning, Alan. How are we doing? Ken, he sent a picture. of the first and next guns. Where did you send it? Because I did not see it. So Alan, how are we doing today, brother? I missed you at game night the other night. I was kind of hoping I'd see you guys. And I don't know about y'all, but this has my body, this weather is absolutely killing me. Sent it via messenger. There it is. Oh my. Yeah, that is quite the difference, color-wise. I mean, I do like the sparkle effect, and maybe that'd be good as a you know, having it what you call it, like a wipe on first, so you get a couple. Why am I not in focus? Have like a wipe on first. I'm really not in focus today. Yeah. And then do the black, like gunmetal type thing. Let's see. Jill went to coordination. I couldn't find a sitter. Oh, that does happen. Yeah, why am I so out of focus now? I don't know. It's weird. It's the glare behind you throwing you off. Could be. You were right. I'm back in focus. Sort of. Gotta turn on the secondary light for it to actually like see my face. Also, I'm very glad you're starting to get into videography there, Ken. It's good to see your process. I'm impatient. I really want this to be done so I can see it. I know it's only 2 minutes, but I want to see it badly. Yes, I am. I'm not patient when it comes to seeing things because I really want this to work, and I would understand if it didn't. However, I'd still be pretty upset if I couldn't get this to work at all. But I also have to know where my limits are. Right? Let's see. Alan got the tiller to start up for me yesterday. Ooh! I need to till my garden beds and stuff because it is just about time to start planting, and I desperately want to plant the shop. I'm not sure what I'm going to plant. You know, cucumbers, radishes, tomatoes, you know, like cherry tomatoes, just stuff I could just grab real quick and just munch on. throughout the day. I'm gonna be planting a couple blueberry bushes. I don't expect to get any blueberries off them this year, but it'd be nice. And I think I'd be going down to Greystone Gardens, which is a nice little garden center in Clark Summit. I've worked with the guy before. And he's very knowledgeable. Very knowledgeable, very fairly priced. But he's very limited on his times. Like he's closed from January 1st until spring, which makes sense. It's a garden place. He's only open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 6. So, yeah, very limited times, but the guy's brilliant, and I can't, like, he just knows, he knows his stuff, and he's very, very forward when he wants to help. He's very forthcoming, very helpful. And they have a cafe, which is nice. So I don't think I want any fruit trees, because I already have, and I don't know if I want any shrubbery. I really think I mean, except for right along where the parking is, or the road is right there. I don't want to plant anything I'm going to eat right there, so I'm just going to plant, giant jump ups. Pretty little flowers. Ooh, herbs. I can plant a bunch of herbs back there too. But if you've never been to Greystone Gardens, you should definitely make a trip up there one of these days. Just because, I mean, come on, the place is gorgeous. And no, I'm not being paid by him. It's just nice. And I like to support people who are helpful and very, very nice and forthcoming. Alan, we are going to be doing some gourds this year. Ooh. What type of gourds are you going to be making? Or are you going to be growing? Any calabash gourds? Are we done yet? Yes, it's done. Let's see. We got some nice, it's kind of hard for it to pick up, some nice fine detailed line work there. So we'll see how this translates. I'm going to clean this off with water like I did all the other ones to get the paint out, the burned paint out of the way. And then I'll be throwing this in some acid tomorrow. I got to paint the backside because I like how that is. I'll throw it in some acid tomorrow. Let it sit for a while. See how deep of an engraving I can get. And then from there, I think acid, neutralize, and then throw this into some acetone, remove all of the paint, brass black, sand, we'll see. This is a process. Bottle gourds. Ooh, nice. I want to do one more, just to illustrate the point a little bit better to myself that it's a doable process. Taking this, I'll take this one and open skeletons, open, save. $39. Let's do that at 50. And let's do bidirectional scanning. Threshold, yes. Two passes. Hour. That's too long. That's too long. Let's do 100 inches per minute. Two passes. 30 minutes. That's better. 38 minutes, 40 minutes. We can do 40 minutes. Right? We can do 40 minutes. Start that, because it'd be really awesome if I got this to work. So we'll do 2 and then go from there. Let's see, one of our friends gave us a shopping bag of seeds that should be viable for replanting. Ooh! And going to plant them along the deck and chicken run. The chickens are going to love that, if they can at all get their heads out of the way and or out of the fence at all and peck at them, they're going to love it. Sounds like little man's upset about something. Probably my fault, but we'll see. Oh, also, I need to take this into the shop. I got this whole thing here all sealed together. And I'm not sure what color to paint this. Let's see, and Alan, if you want blueberries, you're more than welcome to come out and pick them. I am going to have to take you up on that offer one of these days very soon. Bring little man, if that's all right with you, and pick some blueberries, but it's also a thing of beautifying the shop a little bit. You know, and having something right there that I could munch on pretty much all day. Yeah, this little guy here. I think this is big enough to get a light bulb in, like one of those small little fire light bulbs. That's the point of it, you know. You go in there and clean up a few places where there's a little bit of tear out, but do that, spray paint the living hell out of it, and then, you know, I can start working on mounting the electronics and stuff in there. Yep, we'll definitely let you know when they are ready to pick. Awesome, thank you. I'd like to try and ferment some too. I mean, first thing I need to do is finish the fermentation I have going on up there with my cider. That's just kind of been sitting there idling. And, you know, I can do better. I should do better. I need to do better. So yeah, I'm gonna be sitting on this for another 35 minutes. That's okay though. Because I really want the skeleton bracelet. Now, the first one I do, I think I'm going to give it away. Just cause I can. Yeah, I think that's the right thing to do. But remember, guys, there's only 1 day left of the Name That Laser competition. So go over to patreon.com/Knightsmith and cast your vote. There are three tied front runners. Let's see, and they are the Big Nasty, Dave, and Laser McLaserface. So go over there, count, you know, sign up, and cast your vote. How do I share this? Gotta be a way to share this, right? Share post. All right. Yep. But yeah, we're almost done here for the day, which is kind of nice. I have a lot of things to get up to. I have a lot of things to do this year. Alan, trying to decide how big I want the garden this year. Big. Always bigger. Always bigger gardens. Always bigger gardens. And if you think you're big enough, you can find another few square feet somewhere to plant. Always bigger gardens. Me. Put out this post, 1 day left. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Post. Okay, so I know we're a minute over, but I have a really cool commission that I want to talk about, but I'm not sure if I can yet, because it's not really set in stone. There's your first clue. It's going to require a lot of blacksmithing, and it's for a gaming store, and I think that's all I can say for now. But it's gonna be cool, and I can't wait to tell you about it and show you guys about it, because it's gonna be really cool, and I'm excited. You better get excited too. Let's see. Okay, the wife always decides how big she wants her garden. Not my thing. Hey, it's free food. You're saving money. Should be your thing. That means more money to go into your arts and crafts. That's where it's important. Alan, the last in-ground one was 13 by 20. Nice. I have like 40, 10, 18, 10. What is that? 10 plus 18 plus 10 times 2. I have 76 square feet. No, that doesn't sound right. I think it's 10 by 10, 10 by 12 times 2. 64 square feet of garden that I can plant. So, we'll get that all figured out. Just not sure what to plant. I think bell peppers would be a good one. Bell peppers, maybe some basil. I really love sage, especially making like a sage tea, very tasty. Sage, some chives definitely, especially if I'm going to have the fire pit back there, which I need to design and build that too. That's going to be coming up. That's going to be a fun project. Because I kind of want to make it look like an old medieval not brazier, but a fire thing. I forget the name. It's kind of like brazier, something. I know I'm gonna catch a joke for it. Medieval fire. Yeah. Brazier, I think it is. Not brazier, brazier. But there's a lot of different styles and stuff I could do here, and I think I could have a lot of fun with it. Just something that I could, burn the scraps in at the end of the day, and something pretty for me to sit back and enjoy. I could do something simple, but why would I do simple? Where's the fun? Where's the fun in simple, right? I also don't want to go super complex with it. Just something pretty. that could sit back there and have a little fire. It also helped me hone a lot of skills that I haven't, that I don't really work on a regular basis. You know, doing more free-form shaping kind of deal, and producing multiple pieces that all look roughly identical is something where I struggle, and I'm very good at making one-offs that look pretty, but making, you know, if I'm going to be doing like 15 or 20 pieces all coming out at the same way, you know, how do I best accomplish that? And I'm going to try and do this without using jigs as much as I can. I think I want it to be a tripod. Yeah, I think I want it as a tripod. That way, because the ground's not perfectly level, I think tripod is the best. Anyways, this will be something I figure out in the near future. So guys, Alan, doing peppers, tomatoes, lemon cucumbers. Ooh, that sounds good. String beans, maybe zucchini again. Love zucchini. Time to get ready for work. Catch you next week. All right, buddy. And yes, I am out of time. Basket woven strips. I think that's where I'm either going to do a basket weave, or I'm going to do very standard medieval type thing, and then, you know, rivet everything really well. But you know, this is going to be a bit of a design process, but we're getting so close to having that backyard ready, and I really want to be able to utilize it this year. So anyways, guys, I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Go over to the Patreon, patreon.com/Knightsmith. Even $1 a month helps. Cast your vote so we can name that laser. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, and thank you for making this world better, one kerf at a time, and